Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So I was scrolling on my For You page on TikTok and I came across a video of a group of Black Trump supporters at the White House celebrating Black History Month with Donald Trump. And as I saw this video, I was absolutely outraged. I was disgusted. And all I could think about is how despicable those Black people are. All I could think about is how they are an absolute disgrace to the Black race. And the reason why I say that is very simple. Here you have Black people supporting Donald Trump and celebrating Black History Month with this man. They're celebrating Black History Month with a man that wants to blot out Black history from our schools. A man that is doing everything in his power to make sure that our children are not taught about the true history of America. He is threatening to defund schools that teach about our history. But this is the man that you saw fit to celebrate Black History Month with. You are celebrating Black History Month with a man that is doing everything in his power to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's who you're celebrating Black History Month with. You are celebrating Black History Month with a man that is trying to weaponize the Department of Education against the Black community by threatening to pull federal funds from schools, by threatening to use the Department of Education to investigate schools that teach anything about our history. You are supporting a man that is trying to get rid of the Department of Education. This man is trying to get rid of an institution that makes it possible for people to go to school, an institution that helps provide financial aid for students that need money to pay for college. They're trying to tear down an organization or a government agency that is responsible for investigating civil rights violations that take place at schools. That's the man that you found fit to celebrate Black History Month with. You are celebrating Black History Month with a man that just recently decided to delete a database of police officers. Now, this database tracks police officers that have a track record of misconduct, a track record of harassment, a track record of brutality. He has deleted that database. So now police departments are no longer able to track these officers to determine if they have, in fact, a history of misconduct, a history of harassment, a history of brutality. So now police will be able to hop from police department to police department, even though they have been charged with violating people's human and civil rights. And we know that Black people are disproportionately impacted by those types of police officers. And not only did Donald Trump delete the database dealing with these police officers accused of misconduct, Donald Trump wants to give police immunity to racially profile Black people, to harass Black people, and to brutalize Black people, and ultimately to unalive Black people. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. He wants to give these police the authority to stop and frisk Black people in Black communities simply because of the color of their skin and where they live. He wants to implement stop and frisk that was found to be a stop and frisk program that was found to be unconstitutional by a federal judge in New York. That's what Donald Trump wants to do. But yet and still, here you are celebrating Black History Month with this man. Celebrating Black History Month with a man that just basically neutralized the Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division, by preventing the Civil Rights Division from investigating any new civil rights cases, by preventing them from bringing any new civil rights cases, by actually the Justice Department is now in a position where they are reconsidering all the consent decrees that the department has entered with respect to these police departments around the country. Those consent decrees are designed to eliminate discriminatory practices, policing practices in those police departments. And Donald Trump is considering getting rid of those consent decrees. But this is the man that you found fit to celebrate Black History Month with. You found it appropriate to celebrate Black History Month with a man that is deprioritizing investigating white supremacist terrorist groups and now wants to refocus the FBI's efforts on groups like Black Lives Matter. He wants to make Black people who are the victims of terrorism and racism the targets of his investigations. Instead of dealing with the problem of white supremacy and police brutality, he wants to investigate those who speak out and organize against police brutality and white supremacy. So now Black organizations will be targeted. He will be basically establishing a new Jim Crow, or a new counterintelligence program in Black communities. And we know that the counterintelligence program was about destroying Black organizations and Black leaders. And that's what Donald Trump intends to do. But yet and still, you got these old buck dancing, boot licking, shoe shining, ass kissing Uncle Ruckuses happy to be in Trump's presence, happy to be around the master. Just like a loyal dog is happy to see his master when he comes home. That's how they look, like pathetic lapdogs of white supremacy, as white supremacists in blackface. You know, while Donald Trump is trying to prevent immigrants of color from coming to this country, while he is taking away protective status from Haitians, he is encouraging white South Africans to come live in this country. That's what he's doing. You know, with his executive order where he was condemning South Africa, he was encouraging white South Africans to come live in America. And this should be of no surprise to anyone, because this is the same man who referred to Black African countries as shithole countries. And he talked about, why can't we have more people from Norway? But this is the man that you found fit to celebrate Black History Month with. This is the man. A man that was sued for housing discrimination. A man that didn't even want to rent to your black ass. But here you are, buck dancing, shoe shining, and grinning, just like a black-faced minstrel. Happy to be in the presence of your slave master. Happy, ecstatic, like you're at some kind of party or something. All you needed was some black face, some white gloves, and a slice of watermelon, and you would have been a perfect example of a straight up coon, because that's what these people are. They're celebrating Black History Month with a man they called those racist white supremacists in Charlottesville some very fine people. The same white supremacists that ran over a woman who was protesting against racism, taking her life. That's who you're celebrating with. You're celebrating with a man that was endorsed by the KKK. You're celebrating with a man that was supported by the alt-right. You're celebrating with a man that's trying to destroy various government institutions that are very important to the black community, like the Department of Education. You know, getting rid of other departments, slashing federal jobs, thousands of federal jobs, and many of the people employed by the federal government are disproportionately black. But here you are, tap dancing, looking like a group of lawn jockeys. Absolutely despicable. You are an absolute disgrace to the black race. And anybody that voted for Donald Trump should be ashamed of themselves. I don't understand how any black person in their right mind can find themselves at the White House celebrating Black History Month with a racist white man like Donald Trump who gives no fucks about you.